Prologue, Fall of the Nightguard. Location, the Nightguard Fortress, Hall of Bloodied Vows. The fortress, once a monument to humanity's defiance against the void, now lies in ruins. Its obsidian walls, cracked and strangled by thorned vines, stand as a testament to the Brotherhood's hubris. Viktor, the last of the Nightguard, kneels in the hall where he once swore oaths to hunt the darkness. The air reeks of decay, and the floor is littered with shattered blades and bones bleached by time. Here, decades ago, he watched his mentor, Ardan, sacrifice himself to save him from the Brotherhood's corrupted shadows that had turned against their masters. Ardan's final act, plunging a dagger into his own heart to scatter the void, haunts Viktor still. Now, he returns, not to mourn, but to retrieve the one relic that might redeem his failure, Ardan's dagger, embedded in the skull of a stone effigy of the void. Chapter 1, Pact with the Abyss. Location, Metropolis X, Underground Bazaar of Whispers. Beneath the opulent spires of Metropolis X lies a marketplace of horrors. Viktor navigates stalls selling bottled screams and fossilized hearts, his cloak damp with the bog's lingering rot. He finds Zurin, a necromancer veiled in cobwebs, in a den draped with human teeth. The deal is simple, the Abyssal Key, forged from the rib of the first Nightguard, in exchange for a drop of Viktor's blood. As his crimson seals the pact, the key awakens, a jagged shard of bone that hums with the void's hunger. Zurin's laughter follows him into the streets. The key is not a tool, Hunter, she hisses. It is a cage. By dawn, Viktor's shadow no longer follows him. It walks beside him, teeth glinting in the half-light. Chapter 2, Hunt for the Eclipse Beast. Location, Bloodmire Bog, nest of the Eclipse Beast. The bog is a festering wound. Mist clings to gnarled trees, their roots coiled around the bones of failed hunters. Viktor tracks the Eclipse Beast, a creature of smoke and scales, its roar melting flesh, to a nest littered with Syndicate steel. Half-dead villagers, their bodies twisted into grotesque parodies of life, whimper in cages. The beast ambushes him, dissolving into a swarm of shadow crows that shred his cloak. With the Abyssal Key, Viktor binds the crows into a thrashing mass and drives Ardan's dagger into its core. The beast collapses, revealing a Syndicate brand seared into its hide. "You were a weapon," Viktor mutters, wiping black blood from his face. "Just like me." Chapter 3, Seraphina's Gambit. Location, Tower of Whispering Ravens, Chamber of Mirrors. Seraphina Vale, the Raven Queen, awaits him in a hall of fractured glass. Her throne, carved from black ice, reflects Viktor's scarred face 1,000 times. She offers a truth: the Eclipse Beasts are experiments by High Priest Borith, a former Nightguard who sold the Brotherhood to the Syndicate. Her price? Kill Mocker, a bounty hunter closing in on her spies. Viktor tracks Mocker to a tavern reeking of stale ale and fear. The hunter pleads, Borith isn't just alive, he's breeding those things. Viktor breaks Mocker's arm but leaves him breathing. When he returns, Seraphina's smile is razor thin. "Mercy is a chain," she purrs. "One day, it'll strangle you." Chapter 4, The Devouring Dark. Location, Crypt of Forgotten Oaths, Altar of the Hollow. The Abyssal Key is failing. Viktor's shadow now whispers in Ardan's voice, urging him to abandon his quest. In the crypt, he confronts Ardan's spectral remnant, a wraith with glowing green eyes and a voice like grinding stone. "You think you're saving them?" it snarls. "You're replacing me." The truth spills forth: Borith corrupted the Brotherhood, using their rituals to fuse void energy into living weapons. Viktor drinks Ardan's blood, an elixir of his mentor's essence. The liquid burns, his veins blackening as his shadow bleeds into the floor. "This is the price," Ardan's ghost whispers. "The void always collects." Chapter 5, Eclipse Beast's Truth. Location, Syndicate Laboratory, the Flesh Forge. The laboratory is a cathedral of suffering. Glass tanks hold mutated villagers, their bodies sprouting claws and fangs. Borith, his flesh fused with machinery, cackles as Viktor enters. "You think you're hunting monsters? You are one. The Eclipse beast from the bog, now a mangled puppet of flesh and steel, lunges. Viktor kills it, then drives Ardan's dagger into Borith's chest. The void core explodes, collapsing the lab. As flames consume the horror, Viktor staggers into the light, his shadow fraying at the edges. Chapter 6, The Price of Shadows. Location, Shattered Sky Wastes, Heart's Crucible. At the heart of the void, Viktor's shadow tears free, merging with the abyss to bind Elir's essence. Gabriel and Evelyn fight Syndicate soldiers as Viktor plunges Ardan's dagger into his own chest. His blood becomes a chain, dragging Elir into the dark. Tell them, he rasps to Gabriel, the Nightguard never fell. His body dissolves, leaving only the Abyssal Key, now cold and silent. Chapter 7, The Hollow Crown. Location, Obsidian Spire, Throne of Silent Echoes. Viktor ascends the steps of the Obsidian Spire, where the air crackles with void energy. The throne room is abandoned, save for the echoes of ancient betrayals. At the heart of the chamber, a blackened crown hovers above a pool of liquid shadow. It pulses as he nears, whispering in Ardan's voice. Take it. You are the last. His hands tremble as he lifts the hollow crown. Pain lances through his mind, visions of the Nightguard's final moments flood his senses. They did not fall in battle, they were consumed by the void they sought to contain. The weight of history settles on his shoulders as he places the crown upon his head. The whispers subside. He is no longer just a hunter, he is the keeper of the Nightguard's lost legacy. Chapter 8, The Rift Unsealed. Location, the ruined sanctum, Gateway of the Forsaken. A storm of violet lightning tears through the sky as Viktor approaches the gateway. The massive stone arch is covered in runes, pulsing in sync with his heartbeat. Borith's final words haunt him, "You are one of us now." He raises the Abyssal Key, and the gateway shudders. A void-born abomination emerges, a creature with the faces of the fallen Nightguard etched into its writhing form. The battle is relentless. Viktor's blade carves through shadow and flesh, but the creature reforms, feeding on his hesitation. With a final roar, he thrusts the key into its core, severing its connection to the void. The rift snaps shut, but at a cost, his reflection no longer matches his form. His eyes burn with an eerie green glow. Chapter 9, Blood of the Betrayer. Location, the Sunless Citadel, Chamber of Chains. Beneath the ruined citadel, Viktor finds the source of the Syndicate's power, a great machine pumping void-tainted blood into captured warriors, forging new monstrosities. At its center, bound in chains, is High Priest Borith. His once mangled form has regenerated, his wounds sealed by the same corruption he sought to control. You understand now, don't you? Borith sneers. We were meant to ascend. Viktor's silence is his answer. He ignites his blade with void fire and strikes. The battle shakes the citadel. Each strike weakens Borith, but also Viktor, his own transformation accelerating. With a final, decisive blow, Viktor severs Borith's head and burns his body in abyssal flames. The machine shudders, its influence broken. But Viktor knows, he has little time left before he, too, succumbs. Chapter 10, The Last Vow. Location, the Nightguard Fortress, Hall of Bloodied Vows. Viktor returns to where it all began. The dagger of Ardan rests in his hand, its hilt heavy with duty. His vision blurs as the void whispers its final temptation, join us. Become eternal. He presses the blade to his chest, ready to end the cycle. But a voice, Lyra's, calls him back. Not like this. She stands at the entrance, the Abyssal Key in her grasp. We rebuild. Not for vengeance, but for what was lost. A long silence stretches between them. Then, slowly, Viktor lowers the dagger. The Nightguard are not gone. Not yet. Epilogue, The Unseen Hunter. Location, Solmara outskirts, the Shadowed Glen. Months later, rumors whisper of a wraith in the woods. A figure with glowing green eyes saves villagers from Syndicate slavers, vanishing like smoke. In Solmara, Lyra finds a raven feather and a note, the key is yours. Don't hesitate. At dawn, a child points to the horizon. A lone star burns unnaturally bright. Gabriel grips the key, its edge still sharp, and wonders, is it a Lear's spark? Or Viktor's?